So this is commentary on the United States as a sort of neutral observer of the country. And if you are watching from the United States, I might as well appreciate some feedback. And if you are watching from India, then you already probably know this. So today I was scrolling Instagram reels. So I know, guys, what you people are gonna say. That's the most normie and useless thing to do. Straight up useless thing to do. There's no better word to define that activity. But I came across a reel where there's this woman who's complaining about how she went on a date and the guy says both the parties are equally bad. And then there's a comment from this woman and she suggests that one party is the KKK and the other side is incompetent. So I had to reply, I believe, as a neutral observer of the United States, the threat of Trump is overblown. He's a capitalist, and with more women in the workforce, that's actually beneficial for him. Like, think about it: more workers, less bargaining rights, lower wages. Who does that benefit? He is the high elite capitalist class. He is not your regular employer who treats his employees well. That's not who he is. He is far closer to Mr. Jeff Bezos than your regular, grocery store employer who treats you well and probably even feeds you. That's a very common thing in India. The grocery stores, the employers, they sometimes even hand you free meals. So all of that out of discussion. The thing is, this whole threat of Trump, I believe, it's highly overblown. They believe that it's some second coming of the patriarchy, like Rehab Room says. It simply cannot be. It makes no sense. What they are doing essentially is they are kissing the snake and the frog at the same time, as we say it. And it's a proverb. It's a local proverb. They're kissing the predator and the prey at the same time. So if you are a neutral and impartial observer, you realize that both of these parties, they are not really different. There's one side that probably believes that vaccines are a government conspiracy, that then they probably believe in the doctrine of creation and the origin of humanity from Adam and Eve. And then you have another side, and this is I would start off with the obvious bit, by the way. They believe that chopping off the dick of a 6-year-old who has not even hit puberty, let alone be an adult, like, when you hit puberty, you can finally start realizing what your actual sexuality is. So even if you are not an adult, it becomes more or less clear what you are into and what you are not into. But imagine a kid who's not even pubescent, a prepubescent child cannot decide his or her own sexuality. It makes no sense because they don't have any edges. This is essentially sexualization of minors. How is this not the same as pedophilia? You are essentially touching and mutilating the genitals of prepubescent kids. How is this not pedophilia? And besides the most obvious stuff, the threat of the left to science. Of course, the right wing has always been known as bedmates with all kinds of pseudoscience. Almost every single country on earth has this exact trend. Be it India, be it just check out, if you are not from India, just check out that retarded Indian Science Congress meet where they talked about how ancient India was ahead of Newton and shit like that. Like, it's so cringe and unbearable as an Indian when you have to defend this kind of retarded garbage. And truth is, I'm not even defending it. I'm just poking further fun at it. But the threat of the left is much more hidden. The threat of the left it's much more in a way, let's say it's very it's in your sight. It's like it's hidden in plain sight. I was figuring out words to describe it. These are the only words that can describe the threat that the left possesses towards scientific progress. The threat that the left has is hidden in plain sight. Um, these people claim to be, and these are the people who always claim to be scientifically well-meaning and pro-science and stuff like that, until you realize that they have failed entire organizations and have created narratives and theories on how society built up, on how history played out to fit their narrative. The entire feminist constructivist theory is a very good example of that. It has little to no proof in any ground. It has no proof. It has no grounds in any kind of research. If anything, the two theories that do more or less explain human gender relationships, for example, are the sexual economics theory of Kathleen Vance and Roy Baumeister, for the most part, and evolutionary biology theory. These other theories that these people keep on pushing, they have no ground in any actual research. This is the major threat of the left. They possess a great threat to the humanities. They are hidden in plain sight. On my previous channel, I made a video about how all of these quote-unquote atheists suddenly start worshipping women like gods, who will only judge you for your personality, who would not have any needs, who don't have any preferences, aren't equally discriminatory as women, as men. I think the guy I covered was Dark Matter, was that atheist guy, Dark Matter. I used to watch a lot of his content, and truth is, a lot of my religious belief has been shaped by guys like him, who kind of pushed me into learning more and more about religion, which eventually turned me atheistic. But when it comes to women, when it comes to certain protected groups, quote unquote, they absolutely bitch out and start speaking in the same exact, blind faith sort of tone as the religious fundamentalists do. Like, their religion of gynocentrism it's nothing different than the blind faith that a Muslim or a Christian has in their religion. It's exactly the same. And so I will keep covering more of this, and here's the funny thing. There's some guys in this black pill community who also believe in this whole patriarchy mumbo jumbo. Like, what exactly are you people? This is my question to you. What exactly are you people? You claim to be genetic determinists, but your definition of genetic determinism sounds exactly like this. And let me spell it out, how stupid it sounds. 3 obscure genes on God knows where. There's no God, by the way. So it's a figure of speech. Determining 0.1 millimeter of upper eyelid exposure is important, but an entire fucking chromosome does not matter. And any life outcomes, predicted by this massive difference, are not caused by it, but rather some massive worldwide conspiracy by men. You see how stupid that sounds? 3 genes determining upper eyelid exposure matter, but the entire fucking chromosome does not matter. So I would see you guys in the next one, and don't fall for any kind of propaganda.